Good evening, this is Edge from Edge Plays. With me this evening is Strife.
Evening, Diringa. This is Strife of Edge Plays because I don't have my own channel, so I live here now.
That's
I just
fine, you
don't
can
do.
live with it.
I just don't do content.
Well, no, you can be part of the channel. I don't actually, I mean, I'm part of N7K's channel, technically, but I have my own, but yeah, I mean, as always, thank you for another episode of the Edgecast. Unfortunately, N7K and Dante are not available because they've gotten sick. But I'm sure they will want to share their thoughts on the topic we'll talk about in a little bit. As always, at the beginning of an Edgecast or podcast, we do like a bit of a highlight of the week, kind of a little bit of positivity going in, because at the end of the day, there's so much negativity going around. It's just nice to kind of have a bit of a positive beat, what people are up to.
So
Before
out
going
of
to the
all
topic.
of them, then this one may have a part 2 because there'll be a part when N7K and Dante make an appearance.
Yeah, there'll be their own version of the talk on it as well. I always give everyone an opportunity to if they wish to share anything. So without further ado, Strife, what have you been up to this week?
Well, when I last joined you, obviously I was going through No Man's Sky. New update has just dropped. Very controversial update. A lot of people not liking it. A lot of bad press. I don't know. I'm getting on well with it. It's one of those things that it's been a big change. The inventory management has been a big overhaul, and I think it's just getting used to that new aspect of it. Once you get used to it, it's like it's all you've ever known. And since last time, since N7K went on about that she's never finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's like, well, now I'm gonna have to go finish it because I'm running out of things to play anyway. So I was like, why not?
Oh yeah, no, true. I mean, I played No Man's Sky with you briefly, and I do tend to play with you a little bit. I think this week.
Yeah, I think we
with the
should.
new update. And
I'm
for me
hoping
at the
for the
moment,
new, if the new expedition comes out, we can hit that one together, get some unique rewards, go through that.
Yeah, sounds like good fun. I'm happy to give it a try. Because we've both been playing PSO2 New Genesis as well, which has been kind of fun.
It has been. It's been a nice break from normal games, to be fair.
We probably will do like a review together or something about it, or our thoughts. Well, probably more our thoughts. A review would be a bit unfair to it, because we like some of it, but there were bits where we're kind of going, okay.
I wouldn't have done it that way, but okay.
Why?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. It's like when we're going through it, it's like I wouldn't have quite done it like this. If I was making the game, I would have done it like that. But okay, we get what we're given. It's free to play. Can't really complain too much.
No, true. I mean, we won't talk about too much in this podcast because
No.
we're going to be doing something different. But keep an eye out, probably next week or week after, depending on whether Kate and Dante are better. We'll have a chat about the PS2 New Genesis. I have recorded some gameplay of ours, and there will be a highlights video that going out later this week, because we're both assholes in the game.
Yeah, well, it's just me ranting. Me forgetting a very important fact about you, and then it goes off on one. And that happens in most games. Yes, that one.
Also, the fact that you called me an absolute dickhead because I leveled up twice as fast as you from one fight somehow.
I don't know how you managed that.
I don't know how I managed that, but it was hilarious because you were kind of miffed for like half an hour. You were just grumbling in the background going, what the fuck?
I'm level 15 now, though. I finished up to get to the same as you.
Oh yeah. You have to be up to me or like surpass me half the time. It's always annoying.
So, as I was mentioning to you before, the thing that had the IT quote to go with it.
Okay.
So, you're aware that I ordered an axe, didn't you?
Did you get like Kratos' axe?
No, I've got one called the Old Ragnar, and it's from a company called Ravenforge. They're based in Manchester. Really cool guys. I've been there before. Had mead with them. Really awesome guys.
Nice.
So, I was planning on getting an axe anyway. Yes, I am wielding it now. And it was they're mounted on my wall already. I sorted it out today. I've kind of blown it there. But oh well. So I ordered the axe and I was like, well, I've got the money to get it. So what I'll do is I'll wait until they do one of their free gift days. However much you spend, you get the more you spend, the more better you get free gift is. Ah, cool, yeah. One of them rolls
Sounds good,
around
sounds good.
literally 2 days later.
Mm-hmm.
Can get in my axe now. Been waiting for it for ages. I want my axe. So it came today,
Yeah.
and as for the IT crowd quote, to quote Roy, I didn't have an axe this morning, and now I have 2 of them.
You got 2 axes.
Yes, the free gift was an additional axe.
Is it what exactly the same axe or?
No, slightly different, but I have 2 axes.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Chop, 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 chop. Swing, 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 swing. Now,
I mean, it's not the same, but I do have the Zelda like Master Sword and Shield on my wall.
Is it
And,
out of high forged carbon steel,
you see, I
or
think
is it
might
plastic?
be. Oh no, the sword is foam. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna have that up on the wall probably, unfortunately. But the shield, I think, is made of steel, although it's pretty heavy. I mean, the thing is, like I joked with Susie, my wife, like generally, if we have kids, well, I'm just gonna like tell the kids that that's our family coat of arms, like our family crest.
I actually have
It's
a family
Watchmen.
crest.
Is it a Triforce?
No, I don't know actually. Hang on, I need to bring my phone with me, otherwise I'm going to lose you halfway through. I've got it hung by the
I've got
door.
a coat of arms somewhere, but I mean, I did find out about it briefly, but I'm like, I don't really, I'm not gonna have it on my wall or anything like that.
No, so it's just
But,
it's just like a shield with yellow banner at the top, white and red stripes, and then
all right,
a full face mask, a full face helmet at the top with flowers and whatnot, well, feathers and whatnot coming out of it, plumes.
all right, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
It's
okay.
hung by my wall. It's hung on my wall.
I mean,
My
with
cousin
the
got
family
found it out
crest
and got
and
it.
2 axes.
Yeah, and then I
Pretty
have
cool.
2 axes. Thing is, I don't do things by halves. I have a Lucille as well, but not like a baseball bat with like the little rubbery bits. No, I went and bought proper barbed wire and I attached it to it.
Okay, well, I mean that's pretty scary. Now you just need to go to like London Expo in a couple of years with Leon, and just be like,
No,
"Come, boy." No,
no.
just
Now
go
I
as
just need a
Kratos.
zombie apocalypse.
No. You just with the axes, just dress as Kratos and be like, "Come, boy," and it's just like you just have like your son just come along with you, going, "What?" And then like, "Bah, bah, bah." He's just like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
I just want my zombie apocalypse now. I've waited long enough. I have gathered enough armaments. I want my zombie apocalypse.
Well, I mean, it might happen. You never know. Um, right. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. You got some axes. We're playing No Man's Sky, Valhalla. I've been
Yourself?
myself. Well, yeah, I've been playing The Witcher 3, obviously.
If you haven't checked the
It's
latest
kind of fun.
video, though, please watch it. It's beautiful.
What me second a golem and like going,
Yes.
well, I mean, the thing I found about the golem is like, so I've been lucky so far in that in both cases I've now fought 2 golems,
Okay.
and the first golem I pretty much took out with, well, the mage basically became the human shield. It aimed solely for her, and like
What?
I would try and
Kira, yeah.
well, because I didn't have I'd never saw it equipped. I think you felt it why I wasn't a threat.
How
But I
wrong
used
it
bombs.
was.
I used bombs and Igni and punched it, and I took it out eventually. The problem is you have to be very careful because it's like an AoE attack that does damage to you, so you got to kind of do a few hits and then bounce back, which is always really quite fun. Then the second golem we found was like a side dungeon golem, part of the side path, and had loads of cool gear and things I picked up. And then I've had to kind of basically um, ensure that every time I now run around, I have to make sure I don't have swords in my inventory. So if I find a stash spot, I've got to put all the weapons in a stash or sell them, because at certain points, if I'm fighting like a special themed monster, it will try to force me to have a weapon equipped.
Right. So you
So
need to make sure it's
and I
either all
can't.
sold or gotten rid of then.
Yeah, so I've made sure in the entire run I've not used a sword. I mean, the silly bits, there's no choice. You've got to have to use a sword in
Yeah,
that part.
because you physically can't get into the inventory. That's
Yeah.
through no fault of your own.
But in terms of the Geralt parts, that's been completely no swords, no weapons used. And I've now managed to get mind control up to puppet level 3 now, so I think that's maxed out. So
Nice.
that's going pretty well. And I'm now going down. I'm trying to work out if I can go. I've made some potions for myself to up my attack and stuff. So that's
Mm.
good. I've
Have you
made
got better
dragon fire
bombs yet?
bombs.
Yes, those are the ones I was trying to get you to get. Those are amazing, those things.
Oh yeah, throw a bomb down, then use ignite and watch everything just go in hell.
Yep.
You know. So there's going to be some fun with that. And then I managed to. So it's kind of mini spoilers technically. So the next part is going to be going up in the next day or so. And I left on a cliffhanger, which was where I was in a kind of a tundra room with like portals, and then wolves were coming out of them, and all I had was my
Yes.
fists. So the question there is, did
Did you
I
make it?
die, and did I make it? Spoilers. You'll have to watch episode on the next Thursday day or so. But I will say this: I swore a lot, um,
The thing is, I know that bit
but
all too well.
I was kind of prepared for it in my head because as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, so this is clearly going to be some kind of crazy bullshit. I may as well make sure that I am cheap as fuck and
Death
have my
Gauntlet.
bombs ready. Have my bombs ready, and then just basically ignite anything that comes too close. Uh, as long as they're aiming for me, I can kind of dodge roll around. So that was kind of fine. And then obviously you will see it as we go further in what happens. And then obviously we both know that I got to the next room, which we had enough guardian guard in it. That was kind of fun. Fucking bullshit. Oh, I'm gonna regenerate my health back, you dickhead. Like that's gonna be annoying. So yeah, no, it's been good. And then I went into a bandit camp, and there was like probably 20 to 30 like bandits in there. That was
I bet they
systematically.
regret meeting you.
They did. I killed all but one of them.
All but one.
Yeah, because I made one of them kill the rest.
Ah, Puppet Master.
Well, that and then I set fire to most of them. I punched them off the cliff face. There's some good moments where I'm actually weaving and then doing like Batman style, like Arkham Asylum punching, which is kind of good. Um, so if I can get that recorded properly, you'll see that I'm getting better with my punches, which is fun. But I need tips. If anyone in the comments below can tell me how I can boost my melee damage with my fists, please tell me in the comments.
Have you tried the talents yet? We're like going with, rather than just your signs, actually going and checking like the cat school like fast attacks. Does that actually do anything?
Well, I've not actually tried it yet. My goal is that basically once I'm going to find next episode, I'm going to probably just basically once I've done the Surrey bit, I'm on. Just try and find all of the like the guide stones because apparently I did a little bit of research. Like there's like basically 19 skill points you can get before completing Velen. So before you reaching level 10. So I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty sweet. So if I collect a load of these like guide stone points for loads of extra talent points, I can really just buff up my stats and skills.
I thought there was like 5 per zone.
Well, that's what I'm trying to work out at the moment because
I could have
so
sworn
far
there's
I've
only
spent.
5 per zone.
Well, I've
Could be
spent
wrong.
so far. I could be. I mean, I could be very much wrong, but I mean, I've so far spent like 8 points, 9 points now in my talent trees.
Mm.
So I'm hoping like the thing is like making money is actually really easy so far because when you're doing a no swords run, all those
Just selling
runestones that
everything. Yeah.
you just sell it, and like I've bought a load of materials from a guy thinking ha ha ha, and then just sell all my stones and like oh no, I owe you
How
money
much
now.
money you got on it? Do you know roughly?
I've got about just shy of 2,000, I think.
Right.
I've got about 2,000 coins.
I only know where there's one off the top of my head, and you'd need 2,000 to do this. Ideally, I mean, you could save scum it. That's up to you. For testing purposes, of course. You go to, Kirametz, the mage who's with you at the moment. You can go to her cabin in the woods. If you
Oh yeah,
speak to her, she sells a potion of, I don't know what it's called, potion of forgetfulness, and basically
yeah.
it's a respec, but it costs 1,000.
Yeah.
But it allows you to respec your talents.
Okay.
So you could potentially save scum it
Hmm.
to go in, reset your talents, and
Yeah.
do the tests for science, of course, to see if
Oh, so you have.
though your actual melee skill tree does affect your fists or not.
Ooh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, that is a very, very good point.
I don't know if I can do it for you because I think I may have already taken the potion from her, and I can't remember where the other ones are.
Oh, it's only one potion once, is it?
Yeah, you only get the potion once.
Okay.
There is a place I think later that you can buy them continuously.
Hmm.
However, that's quite a bit later. I think it's in Novigrad somewhere.
Okay. Fair dues, fair dues, fair dues.
But Kira's the
Um,
one you can get at the earliest, and it costs you 1,000.
okay. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so no, so far I'm enjoying the run. I'm sure Kate is going to expect me to say X, Y, and Z for how I feel of the game so far. She's been very excited to know what I feel of the game so far. Um, I am going to keep my opinions to myself at the moment because I think it's unfair right now to give an overall impression because I'm still very early in the game.
And you're
I
also
mean, I've
not
done I'm a
playing it
lot.
how it's intended to be played, so
Yeah, exactly. I'm not playing it as I would normally play it. With swords and stuff. So I mean, that would be interesting to see if I were to do a new game plus and then play with swords. Obviously, it's going to reflect things like hunts and stuff.
I'm just thinking you walking in and suddenly equip a sword like I am a fucking god.
Do you know what? If I could kill people, like if I was like Liam Neeson and I could like just kill everyone in the room without a sword, I would be like John Wick, like the John Wick of witches. And then suddenly, I once saw him kill like a wraith with his pinky, a fucking
No,
pinky finger.
Dwayne Johnson in Welcome to the Jungle, where it's like, no, I don't do guns, I don't do guns, and he picked up guns and he's absolutely fucking insane with them. That would be you, but with swords.
Yeah, pretty much. It would be hilarious.
So I don't do guns, I don't do guns. Everyone just like falls apart.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, other than that, I've been making some canvases. So I do hammer bead crafting a little bit, and I
I want a
managed.
picture of those at some point. By the way, I want to see what they look like.
I will take you. I will take a picture this evening, and I'll send it to you in the morning because it's a bit dark at the moment. But I've got two Sonic canvases up on the wall now. One of like a blue Sonic logo that I made a while ago, and then another one where I had bought some hammer beads from people before I got into it, and I really wanted them on display. So it's kind of nice. Whether or not I paint them in future, I think the white background kind of helps. I've got another. I've made a load more of my own artwork, so I'm going to be sticking that on some canvases and putting them around the walls because I think the walls need a little bit more character behind them. I want to have as much fun memories as possible on my wall. That makes sense.
Yeah, but
So
it needs to be with it being a man cave, a gaming den, or however you want to call it. It needs to have a
exactly.
right. It needs to have that right balance of decent memories, but absolute random bollocks.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, I would have put all these particular canvases in the Sonic corner because I've got like I'm trying to. There's some order to my chaos. So I've got a Dragon Ball Z section. And I'm going to be eventually. I've got like an advent calendar where it's like pop figurines to
Hmm.
open at Christmas, and
Oh,
each one's
cool.
got a Dragon Ball Z character in it.
Nice.
So I want to get the World of Martial Arts arena at some point. Put them on, and all little characters onto that. So this room is going to be absolutely nuts.
I mean,
Um,
going around my room, I've got literally a random crap shelf, another random crap shelf, but which has more weaponry and stuff around it.
mhm.
Another random crap shelf, which has like tarot cards and books on, and then another random shelf which has candles and crystals and crap, and just randomness everywhere. And then
Oh god.
on top of the big thing, which is actually the snake vivarium, I have bottles for brewing mead.
Well, there you go. You see, you're living the dream now at the moment.
Yeah, yes, I can lock myself in the room. Just wait for the alcohol; it'll come soon. Just wait. Few more days. A few more days. I
I'm
ain't
on
actually
holiday
got.
now, so I'm enjoying the time off at the moment.
I
So
don't blame
that's
you, mate. Honestly, it's been absolute chaos for us both these past few weeks.
oh yeah.
Last week
But
in
gaming,
particular.
yeah. Now, obviously, for reasons the podcast knows, we can't really divulge what we do and our personal lives too much. But yeah, no, it has been a very, very fun couple of weeks. But we're getting towards Christmas, we're getting towards Halloween. And speaking of Halloween, that is the subject of today's podcast. Because it's Halloween themed, these next couple of weeks we'll be doing like a Halloween themed kind of episodes each time. And the one that we're going to be starting with a little bit is going to be our like favorite and least favorite horror games. And if we've got time, we'll have a look at horror films as well. Um, as people might be aware if they watch my channel, I suck at horror games, despite the fact that most of my channel videos have been horror games. And Stripe has watched me play through Resident Evil 8 and 7, or 8 at the very least.
And Villagers. Or is that
Fucking
8?
that is it, yeah.
Okay.
8 I enjoyed
I've
definitely.
never been that much into it, to be fair. Into like Resident Evil. I think the last one.
But
I
did you
think
enjoy watching them though?
Yeah, oh no, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed watching them. I just never really enjoyed playing them. I mean, I played 5. I loved 5, but that was because probably I had someone to play it with. Never really been into
Yeah,
wanting to play them on my own.
I agree. Like, 5 really got me interested when it first came out because you had that co-op element, and there was so much more with it because you had that kind of mechanic of you got to trust your teammate not to dick you over. And unfortunately for me, when I was playing at certain points,
I'm not that
I
teammate.
would die. And Resident Evil 6. If anyone, by the way, if anyone wants to see these videos, I mean, please forgive me for my video quality sometimes and the audio. As I am a newish channel, it's still getting used to getting the audio just right. But if you do get a chance to watch through them, you will see like I'm trying to concentrate so much not to die, and I do play with like Kate, Dante, Fish from Crack On Gaming. Um, it is fun. There's fun kind of banter. But I'm an asshole, definitely in those games, definitely. Um, my least favorite horror game, I say least favorite, but I can appreciate it, is Resident Evil 7. I mean,
Mm.
that gave me like a heart attack almost every fucking time I played it.
Do you know what? I think it's jump scares that I don't like.
Yeah, no, jump scares annoyed the
So,
crap out of me.
so one of my worst games to play, and I have played it once. I have not completed it. It's
Hmm,
just a crappy little game, and I will never complete it.
go on.
Slender Man, the 8 pages.
Oh god, that thing.
I wanted to complete it because I wanted to get to the bonus where he doesn't make scary noises and it starts singing "No Wifing in the Club," because then it makes it more fun. I did
Yeah,
not get that far. I got to 6 pages before fuck this shit set in, and I stuck my head between my legs and kissed my ass goodbye. Hey,
it was really really scary.
do you know what? It was just the whole sudden turning around and he's fucking there in your face. It was like, nope, I'm done. It didn't help. I played with like headphones and in the dark and just the light of the
Oh yeah, no,
just the light
definitely
of the
not.
computer screen. You had to do it for a whole haul. Like I wasn't doing it by halves.
I suppose for me, like, 'cause I had played Resident Evils 1 to 6, and then I played the remakes of 2 and 3. When I tried 7, like 7 just really just shit me up, just because like it was first person, and there was like jump scares, there were things that would just shock you, and it was just kind of like, oh dear God, what the hell's going on? You can see my reaction to that one. Resident Evil 8 felt more like Resident Evil 4 in terms it was more action orientated, but you'd still had these kind of terrifying moments where I'm bricking it. Um, Especially like in the final dungeon and with the weird baby doll monsters.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
what?
that was scary.
I mean, that one that you did recently with the was it Villagers with the baby thing following you and
Yeah, that was creepy as
hiding
hell.
under the bed and no thanks.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I had a heart attack with that one almost every single time.
yeah, I tell you what, one game that I did enjoy, and don't get me wrong, this is going back many years ago. This is on PC when I had like an old PC.
Oh yeah.
Alien vs Predator 2.
Ooh. Okay.
Really,
Yeah.
really good game. Playing with the Marines, though, absolutely shit me up. Because they get the little beepy thing, motion sensors from the Alien films, and walking around, there's aliens around, it starts beeping, and you turn around and you look, and it's just a chain swaying in the wind. True story, by the way. A chain swaying in the wind. And it's like, right, okay, that scared me. Turn around, alien, come dead. Like, all right, so it was beeping. It was beeping for a reason. I just saw the wrong fucking reason.
That's good though. That's generally like in a movie though.
It literally it was. It played like it was like, oh, I'm fucked. Good game though. Really good game.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Kate mentioned Alien Isolation, and I'll never play that. Never. There's no you can't make me, because like I just don't have it in me to have to deal with an alien running around that can see me.
I'd give it a go. See, I loved all the Alien films. Those were like my childhood films growing up. Just watching those. Alien 2 was my favorite.
Alien 2 was very, very good, definitely. I think that's my favorite of the movies.
Alien 3 was all right. I kind of like that. We had a few golden gem moments. The whole prison camp.
Yeah, Alien 3 was quite divisive because you obviously had that kind of.
I wasn't too keen on Alien Resurrection. However, my cousin, who obviously we watched it with, and like my cousin was like my best friend growing up. He loved Alien Resurrection. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's completely understandable. I'm kind of in that mode of I'm not sure if I like the Alien franchise, because they've kind of gone down this kind of versus Predator thing, and then they're both trying to continue them, but I think the problem is like
let them go into legacy.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do a new one or reboot it or anything like that, take the time to really work out what is actually genuinely scary. Like that's the entire point, is they are terrifying. Like the thing is, like with these movies when they were coming out, the alien eggs, for example. I'm sorry, but in a situation, if I had a gun in my hand, one bullet left, and I was chopped into a room and I walked around and saw there was like a metric ton of alien eggs all starting to open up, I would shoot myself in the head.
I don't know. I'd try to run first, but at least I'd know I could shoot.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like
otherwise, you say that you just shoot, but then you are reenacting the end scene of The Bloody Mist.
I've not seen that one properly.
You haven't seen The Mist? Good film. Good film.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like the thing is, when you got alien eggs in front of you, unless you are like freaking Jason Statham or like Jackie Chan or Jet Li, there's no way you're going to get past all them without being killed. Unless you're the main character in that scenario.
Yeah.
And even the main character in Alien Resurrection was able to rip one off of their face before he could even like literally kill them. I was like, what the hell? I'm calling bullshit on that one.
I think that's the problem with wanting a zombie apocalypse. I wouldn't be the protagonist.
You'd be what, the villain?
No, I just wouldn't be the main character. It's like if there's a zombie apocalypse, it's happening all over the world. I wouldn't be the main character. I'd be my own main character, but I wouldn't be the main character, so it's a high possibility I would die.
The only one that you would not want to be, and with respect to the actor, but the only character you would not want to be is Sean Bean. If you were Sean Bean in anything like thriller, horror film, fantasy,
do you know what?
It's very rare. There needs to be a film where he's in it, and the entire thing is you think he's gonna they have like several times he's gonna be killed off,
and he doesn't.
Lives.
Do you know what?
He lives.
And I don't know if I remember it right, but I'm sure I googled this quite a few years ago now, and it actually said, ironically, Sean Bean lives in more movies than he dies in. It's just the ones where he dies end up being the more popular movies.
That is true, probably.
I did Google it at one point because I wanted to see what the sort of stats were for it, and it's like, actually, he lives in more things than he dies.
Oh, fair enough then.
It's just the things where he lives just are boring and no one cares.
Oh,
like, where's my dead Sean Bean?
But oh god, you know what? A good horror film that no one's actually ever seen, I would definitely would recommend The Ring, and I don't mean the American one. I mean the original Japanese version. If you've never seen the original one, or if you know the premise of the plot of The Ring, the idea is that if you there's like a videotape that will show certain images of a death or this young person or this girl, and the idea is if you watch this videotape, 7 days later you die. Now it has like people who watch in the original movie when you watch it after 7 days you see several people are dead and in the most horrified, scared, like they're like frozen like with rigor mortis, like their hands clawing at stuff. Okay, it looks pretty like whoa, what happened here? And the beauty is you don't see what actually gets them until the very end. I know that's kind of spoilers, but
Right, so
like
it's
it's
not
an old film.
it's not really it's not like the whole the American remake thing where it's like the creepy girl crawling out of the TV thing.
No,
Fair
no.
enough.
If anything, the way she does it in the original, it's actually creepier. I guarantee. If no one watches the original one, like it's way. I mean, I need to rewatch the American one, but like The Ring and The Ring Two, especially just the first Ring, I strongly would recommend watching the Japanese version. Yes, it's subtitled, but really well done.
I tell you what, there is another good film like that, and I'm not 100% sure on the name. If it's One Missed Call or One Last Call, something like that. They did do an Americanized version, and it was a Japanese version as well. And it was, it's been years since I watched it. It was actually the missus who said, "Oh, let's watch this. I've heard about this a lot." All right, yeah, cool, sure, why not? And
Hmm.
it was you're basically your phone's as normal, and your mobile phone would ring. It would, however, ring with a different ringtone, and it's a very specific, iconic ringtone on the film. And
Okay.
if you answer it, you hear yourself dying.
Oh hell.
Yeah, I'll have to find out more about it, and obviously I'll bring it back to you. But really, really good films.
Do you know what? We are spoiled for choice sometimes. There's so much bad horror movies out there, but there's so much good ones as well. I
I think this
rewatched.
has changed more away from games and more towards the movies because there's just a lot more to talk about when it comes to horror movies rather than
Well,
horror
yeah, I mean,
games.
true. Oh no, the horror games, you've got that kind of element of you're in it. You're actually more put into
Mm,
it. You subconsciously put yourself kind of in that scenario when you're watching the film, but when you're playing the game, you are physically feeling like you're there. Um, there was a wonderful VR game that you had where you were holding a controller with the VR headset, and because you're holding the controller, that's the handcuffs. And
cool.
like, and you look down yourself, you think to yourself, I'm in handcuffs, but that's the control I'm holding.
Mm.
So you feel like you are restrained. And that was like a really cool kind of gimmick. I know Fish from Kakon would probably recommend what that one is. I need to check that one in. Um, but yeah, no, I mean horror game wise, I mean Resident Evil 4 remake is coming out next year, and if it's anything like the original two remakes that have come out, I mean Resident Evil 4 was scary enough as it was in certain aspects, so I'm not
Mm.
looking forward to doing it in the remake version. So,
Is it multi?
but next, sorry,
Is that a multiplayer?
it, ooh, that's a good question. Mercenary mode did in 5. Resident Evil 4 is single player only at the time, so
Mm.
I don't know what they're putting into the remake at the moment.
Well, if they
It
do
could be
ever
that
bring it in multiplayer, I'll get it with you and we'll do that one together.
you say that now, so the problem is that might be playing as Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
I don't give a crap. I have a
And
nice
she's
I have a nice ass as it is, so might as well portray that to video games as well. Why not?
and it's like you're like, Leon, and you're like that's basically you're like, what's going on? He's talking about my son. What the hell?
Yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah.
going to be the worst part.
But if you never, I mean, Resident Evil 4 was my first Resident Evil game that I played back in when I was like a teenager, and it got me into the series. So I'm hoping that at the very least
They do it justice.
they do it justice. I mean, from the limited looks I've seen, it looks pretty scary. Like it looks like it's going to be a scary game. I mean, Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, the Resident Evil 2 remake was just at times I was nervous because of the corridors and the lack of movement. As time went on, I was getting better at the game, and you kind of speed running it and getting things done. Resident Evil 3 remake, the beginning bit was scary because of Nemesis. Holy shit, that is scary as fuck at the beginning, and I was just sad that it didn't continue the whole way through.
Yeah.
But like when Nemesis was around in the very beginning, oh my god, that I was shitting bricks. Like I no seriously, if you watch my original playthrough of the Evil 3 remake, like I was like crying almost, like oh my god, why, God, why? And he was burst through walls. He was chasing after the fucking flamethrower. He was trying to hit me with rockets. He could run faster than me. Um, it would wait outside rooms, wait until I went out so he could punch me in the face. Absolutely terrifying. And then, like, at a certain point, they got rid of it. I'm like, no, that you should have kept it the entire way through. That was the entire point. Nemesis was just the original Nemesis game on PS1 was scary because of the fact it could show up randomly at any point. So you had to generally just learn how to get around and dodge as best. And the thing is, if you went to another loading screen, it could follow you into the other loading screen. So you
Oh,
had to
no, no, no,
really.
no, no. Loading screens are safe areas. That is how games should be. Loading zones are safe areas.
They're not.
Although I tell you what, I've just been doing a bit of Googling, and apparently Outlast is supposed to be a psychological horror game, and it's apparently quite up there when it comes to scary factor.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna have to have a look and sort of do some digging, and it's on the PlayStation Store. Maybe they'll have a Halloween
There is.
sale. It's 25 quid.
Yeah. There's tons of horror games out there. Like Dying Light was kind of a fun one. And I played that one. That was like parkour with zombies. That was multiplayer, and that was terrifying.
I tell you what,
Because
there was a game I wanted to play, and I can't remember what it was called now. Dead Space apparently was quite a bit of a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I mean, yeah, I like my sort of medieval fantasy style games, but I do like a good space game as well. Hence, No Man's Sky. I don't know. I just I don't like normal games. I think that's what it is. It either has to be on one end of the spectrum or the other.
No, I definitely agree. Because like I have played Dead Space, and that is terrifying.
Is
And
it?
Kate's playing it apparently. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
The original one is very dark corridors, lots of grotesque monsters, lots of like gore. It's very like it's like one of the most. It was like more like the gore horror in the day.
Mm.
Very psychological as well. I would recommend playing them. The Dead Space 3 was co-op. I'm pretty sure. Two-player
Okay.
co-op.
We do need to find some better co-op games. So if there's any suggestions, please in the comments. Go for it.
Hmm.
Because at the
By the
moment
way,
we're sort of dragging our heels on what multiplayer games we've got.
well, yeah, true. Because like I mean, we are playing at the moment Monster Hunter, but I don't record that too much at the moment
No.
because I'd rather enjoy that with you. And we have done a little bit of recording of that in the past.
Yeah, we've done a bit of you've done a bit of recording on PSO2 as well.
PSO2 has been kind of fun for that. Um, yeah, I mean, we do need to find some more co-op games. I mean, at the moment, you're solely currently on the Switch and PS5 at
That
the
is
moment,
correct. That is correct.
and I can kind of play on the Switch, PS5, or PC, so that's not too bad. But yeah, we do need to find some more games that we can play horror-wise together.
Mm. I mean, the missus has just done a per computer, but that thing's older than the child.
I mean, Code Vein, I've been playing that at the moment, and that's been good fun. That's kind of like Dark Souls meets God Eater, kind of.
Fun.
Same group who made God Eater, in fairness, and that one
And
has
then
the
Namco.
two. Bandai Namco, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Same character customization as well.
Lol.
No, it's good fun. Like I've made a character in it, and I'm using a bayonet gun.
Of course you're using the gun. And of course I'll go for the big fuck off sword.
Of course you would, because you know why? because that's how we both roll.
Because
And then
that's
one
how
day,
that's the dream team. That's how the combo works.
well, yeah, because I mean, I just dodge the attacks. You just take them in the face.
And then I die.
You do, and I laugh at you. But I also support you in the same way by giving covering fire.
Yeah, if you can call it that.
I mean, there's been some genuine fun moments where like we've had to sprint away from stuff. I do like using swords, by the way. That's normally my shtick. But with Monster Hunter Rise with light bowgun, it's just been so much fun.
The thing is, when you went on Monster Hunter Rise, it was more of that was just like a test as such. It was like I want to try something new, and then it was like, well, I'm gonna go back to Lance. It just worked. It's like the dream team was born.
And I mean, when they ever announce, I reckon they are going to announce Monster Hunter World 2 next year. That's a prediction. Watch this space. If it happens, I'm going to go. Yeah, if you watch back episode X of, like the Edgecast, I said this shit. It was recorded down. I mean, I am enjoying Rise. Of like Rise 2, well, Rise with Sunbreak and Iceborne. I am torn now, which I prefer. It's been a long time since I played Iceborne now because I've been focusing so much.
I've still not played Iceborne.
It's good fun. I'd recommend it.
I've still not played it.
I mean, they add a lot of new extra things to it, which I think you'd enjoy.
Mm.
And some new monsters.
I mean, I've got it. It's all installed. I've just not played it.
Well, I mean,
I don't know why. I just haven't.
The location is quite Nordic as well. You got like an ice village, and it feels very like it feels great to play it anyway. And I think you'd generally, if you played it, you would enjoy it. I reckon definitely. I mean, we got to the end point, but we didn't do the final monster for Talis.
I mean, I'm not being funny. I'd enjoy any Monster Hunter game, to be fair. So, I mean, that's not a difficult fit of strength, that, to be honest. Definitely would really enjoy a World 2, something where, because obviously when our friendship became a thing, I had just gotten rid of my PlayStation 4, and then I no longer had access to Monster Hunter World. This was just before Iceborne came out. I found out that you play it, and it was like, well, bollocks.
Yeah.
That was pretty much how it went. It was like, oh, great, I've just got rid of my PlayStation. Now if I go into a place of work where people actually play it, fuck.
To anyone who's listening, and especially to Kate listening, probably was like, well, this is not really a horror theme, is it? I'm sorry, but if you've not thought of like a Rajang or like a raging Rajang, that is pure horror.
That is horror. That classifies as horror through brutal
Nergigante is also terrifying.
Yeah.
There's some like general horror-ish moments. Also, it's monsters trying to eat you.
Yeah. What could be more horror than that?
I've got a talking cat there that runs alongside me. It's a horror of that. It's terrifying. I know it's kind of like pulling straw. Like it's a very big leap there, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but without magic, and instead we use guns. We fight monsters. We have a speaking cat. We kill things. That's right, isn't it?
Persona 5 has a talking cat in it too. In fairness.
There you go. See, every game's a horror game if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Or have enough mods.
You can make Mario into a horror game. In fairness, if you think about it that way. Like if you generally read the lore of Mario and what's going on with it, there are some really dark moments in that. You think to yourself, "Oh God, what am I doing?"
Come on, even Pokemon's a horror game when you think about it.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you think about like, oh, I'm enslaving monsters and then I'm using them to literally set fire to a plant Pokemon.
You're also 10 years old. You were kicked out of your house to go and fend for yourself. You have a stump that possesses and takes the souls. Well, no, sorry, not a stump. That one was actually the balloon that in the Pokedex takes the souls of children and flies them away. Yeah, that's a perfectly good kid-friendly game.
Well, these kids nowadays are desensitized to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, there's some genuine like scary-ish moments, I would say, in some of these games. Yeah. Okay.
I think every one of them has sort of like their own sort of horror esque to it, but I mean, like I said, well, Pokemon just has creepy things in it. It's not a horror game, but it has its own creepy aspects of it to just sort of pull it in.
I mean, I've not played Phantagosm or Phangosium, if it is. That one's like a scary one where you're playing as a ghost squad going in to find a ghost and exorcise it. Phasmagorium, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm not playing that. And then there's like a few ones where you're running in these like yellow corridors with like a weird shape chasing after you. And Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm not playing, or the new
No,
one
I
where
don't
you're
want to
running
play that
around
either.
trapped inside.
Nah.
That's not gonna happen either. So there's plenty of like horror. There's a wide variety of horror stuff out there. Film wise, there's definitely quite a good variety of stuff there. We're probably now rambling a little bit, but I would say if you've enjoyed the podcast so far with that, I would definitely recommend stay put for the next episode at some point, and there will be a new guest who will probably say their version of horror games. This is the month of Halloween, so there will be more kind of horror themed stuff. Probably I'll announce now. I'll probably announce now that there will be plans for after Halloween, so there may be a kind of a Christmas themed set of podcasts coming out for the festive
Every time
season.
the C word is mentioned before December, Santa has to shoot a baby reindeer. Don't mention it.
Okay, X-Men. Haha!
Damn you and your loopholes.
I am my loopholes. So yeah, there will be the 12 weeks or 12 days of Edgemas, or whatever it is, where we're building up to some fun things there.
I'm telling you, it sounds like a kink.
It probably does. I mean, have you heard my channel? Have you not heard or read my channel name at this point in time?
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to ignore it.
I didn't know it until I was told afterwards. I didn't even pick the name. My mother picked that one. So so that was fun. But I'm keeping it because for prosperity, unless it can be a better name in fairness. But yeah, so there's going to be some fun activities there. There will be more Witcher content coming out, definitely. Probably episode 3 of the Witcher series is going to be out in the next day or so. I need to do a bit of editing on that, so it might
I'm
be
looking
tomorrow.
forward to watching that.
I bet you are. You want to see if I survive or not?
Well, it was how you mentioned it to me. It's like, did you, or did you actually die at this point? I just want to see that death counter say 1, and if you actually manage to complete the game, you've got that number 1 just there taunting you.
To be brutally honest, at the moment, I am being very honest right now. So I have not. If I die, I am not hiding that. Okay, so the death counter will be accurate to whether I die or not. The times that Edge is right and the one that Kate's right. So every time that Kate might said to me, "You can't do this because of this or X, Y, and Z," the counter will go up. So if I have to use a sword at any point,
oh, is it like you can't kill a golem or something? You mean?
Yeah, you can't kill a golem. Well, I've killed 2 so far.
Touche.
I've killed several wraiths. I've killed a frost weird thingy thing, mist demon, and I've killed a water demon woman thing.
What a hag.
Yeah, that's it. Before shit at me.
Yeah, that's a very accurate way to say it. I think you might struggle with the crones. I'm not saying you're not going to do it, but I think you might struggle a bit with the crones.
What are those?
Didn't you ever see the crones in Velen?
Possibly.
I don't know if you've got that far yet. You'd know who the crones were. Jesus Christ, they are 3 ugly bitches.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in time, there's going to come a point where I'm going to be playing a boss, and I'm going to be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I am generally fucked at this point.
The thing is, I don't think you actually fight the crones until quite a bit later. You'll see them early on, but I don't think you actually fight them until later.
That's fine, because at that point, I'll have had potions, new bombs, new techniques, new tech. I'm going to become like the Witcher man, like Batman, with a mask on. It'll be pretty good. It'll be impressive. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so episode 3, that one will be kind of what I'm up to so far. Episode 4 might take a little bit longer to come out, purely because I'm on holiday at the moment, so I will be playing a little bit, but I'll also be spending time with my wife. It's her birthday,
Holiday
so
things.
yeah, we're going to be having a bit of fun, kind of relaxing, just kind of enjoying the time off, as it were. And then in November there'll be a week where I'm on holiday again. So in that
How the hell have
situation,
you got so much bloody holiday left?
well, you see, the thing is, I booked all mine for the winter months. So like
Touche.
going from like I worked most of the summer, so I just
Eh,
kind of booked off some time for
touche.
myself. I don't make any money for my channel at this point in time, so I mean I'm not gonna I don't make a career out of this. It's a hobby. Um, so there will be a little bit of delay here and there. Plus, I'm also raiding in Final Fantasy 14, so that is also taking up some of my time. I raid 2 nights a week. So if anyone wants to see me play that game, by the way, let me know in the comments below. Generally, I don't share too much of that because it's kind of a niche game, and though it's growing in popularity, it's still one of those ones where I'm like, I should be playing other games, and like sort of Witcher, and then um, Code Vein, and a few other bits and pieces that are coming out at the moment. So yeah, I mean, if you've enjoyed the podcast, again, please support it. Give feedback if you want to be if you want to be a guest on an episode of the podcast. If you've got any burning questions you want the Edgecast to kind of go on, again, that's come from the bottom. Thanks to everyone who's been supporting the channel recently with the new videos and joining and subscribing. Please, if you liked what you're seeing in terms of content, please subscribe or let me know what else you want to see because it can only grow with you guys, supporting it. And I appreciate everyone who watches and enjoys the content.
He
So
really
yeah.
does, because before we joined, it was like all giddy about the actual views on the Edgecast recently, and it is really nice. It's really nice to hear him.
Do you know what? It's nice because people get to get listening to it, and if I'm making something that people are enjoying, that's the main thing. It's a fine line between making lots of views but if people are enjoying it, that's
Yeah, I mean
that's quite
that's
nice.
sort of the defining factor of it, really.
Yeah, if people are enjoying what I'm making, that's the main thing. Gives me a reason to make more content. Sometimes it's always that's the entire point, isn't it? But anyways, I'm rambling too much. Thank you all for joining us this episode, and we will see you all hopefully next week or a little bit later on in the week. And yeah, I haven't got a catchphrase. This is going to be a growing thing for the next couple of months, I think. But yeah,
You'll get there at some point. See, I've kind of got one now. I've just been thinking, and it's like I did the whole Viking thing coming in. So, Skull Gamers,
cool.
that'll be me.
I think I'm just going to be basically like, I'm not saying happy gaming because I know she'll kill me. But yeah, enjoy. Have a fantastic evening and peace out.